Hi! Whew! It's cold out. I'll show you why. Look at my cute goats. They're so adorable. They must be cold. They didn't really have a whole lot of time to adjust to the weather. A couple days ago it was 50 degrees outside, and now we have that. Look at the girls. They're like, no thank you. I'm only going to assume that they have frozen water. Woo! So the last time I spoke with you guys, I told you that I was going out to build something. Oh, sorry about the light. So you've seen, see if I can get it without, that's the goat play pad, I guess you could call it. And that's the new chicken tower. And I can't remember if I showed you guys this. I know I was in the making of doing it. We have this for our hay now, which we have a few improvements we have to make on it. But all this is the bottom of a crib bed, like a mattress. You know what I'm talking about. You have a drop side crib, you can't use them for babies anymore. So we took it apart and we used the base, the mattress pad holder for that. And then we have one of the rails over there, and then we used 3 sides inside for Allie's puppy kennel. And as you can tell, we just used chicken fencing to hold the hay in. So the goats can actually climb up on the toolbox and pull the hay down. You can eat it through there, but originally why we did it this way is so Ava could come out and grab hay from here and fill their hay bin. But that's not what I built. This is what I built. Hopefully you can see it. It is a milking room, but it's not finished. It's just a way to keep the goats out of the feed. Took all the feed out of the garage, so no animals have access to the garage anymore. It was just getting really difficult to keep everybody separated and out of John's really expensive tools. We have a lot of Snap-on and stuff in there, so we don't want any animals getting in there. And that is his workshop. Like, I wouldn't want chicken poo all over my craft room. But what we have here is I've used panels along the side, and I drilled holes. See if I can show you. Right there. Hopefully you can see it. I drilled 2 holes, and then I used metal wire to wrap around these. So these are very, like, if the goats stand up on here, it's not going to go anywhere. But it's temporary, so we can actually move it if we need to. Here's another one of those old panels. These were free, so I like to repurpose things. And what I did is I brought it over to here. I met this one up to here, and then I popped some holes in so where it would meet. I made this rounded. A lot of you are like, well, that's dumb. But if anyone knows goats, they like to scratch on things. And I wanted this to last as long as possible. If the goats were coming up and scratching on this, that would just be one more way for them to be able to get in. And if I'm not, sorry if I'm making you dizzy. How did this get out here? You guys are so messy. Did you bring that out here? Talking to my chickens. We have to fix this door. It's just a makeshift door for one. I am not good at making doors, guys. So this is my door for the front, and I had it open out so that I can do this. You just kind of kick the girls away, and then you squeeze in real fast and shut the door behind you. So only one chicken got in here. Of course, they can fly over what is now that thing. I think it was warmer without the door open. I don't think anyone's going to go outside. And then don't mind it because it's a little messy. My animals still are trying to get in here. I keep the feed bags. I'm not sure why. I figured one day they'll have a use, whether it's harvesting chicken poo. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I have this bag? Thank you. I was thinking of putting maybe chicken poo in there and saving it for spring. if she would move. But they keep pulling it out. The goats will sneak in here and keep pulling it out. We have a shelf right here. It's actually pretty perfect because these bins, if I had a lid to it, would be perfect for keeping utensils clean. And then I'm thinking in the spring, me and John are going to move all of this stuff out of the way. We're going to pour a little pad here, a concrete pad. And then he's going to actually build me a steel milking sanction. The only problem with that is it has to be done before February. Well, not February. It'd be like April when I would start milking the girls. I'm going to leave the babies on for about 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, depending. And that's that. So we have that amazing shelf that my wonderful sister gave us because she's awesome. And then we have this one. So we have 2 huge shelves. And then, of course, I still have my cabinet. So until we can get this, probably just one more here, and I would like to get a ceiling on it so that nothing can get in here and it stays nice and clean. My husband is in the concrete business, if you guys don't already know that, so we're probably going to do some kind of run some water out here and get a drain of some sort so that I can hose things down and wash everything up really good. I would like this to be heated, and then we'll blow the air out of the top so the animals can get a little bit of warmth in here too. Most likely it's going to be some type of like pellet stove that's on the outside of the barn because any sort of heat source scares the dickens right out of me. I don't like thinking that my babies are out here. Yeah, what happens in a barn fire. Hi, Royette. How are you? It's my favorite girl. Do you want to go for a ride? Get up here. Come on. She's like, not today, Mom. But these guys are hungry. Not starving, as you can tell. And Clark, I'm pretty sure you're fatter than the girls. That's Daddy Clark. There's Mama Daisy. And Louie and Hazel. My girls are so cold, you guys. I think I'm going to close this door back up. I'll just turn the light on. That way they can get... Oh, sorry, baby. Oh, my goodness. See, they're expecting me to have food. I think I might shut that door, girls. I think you're just too cold out here. Right now, it's probably... Well, it's snowing out, so it has to be at least 32 degrees. 40, maybe. I'm out here in a hoodie, and I'm not too cold, so I was thinking probably about 45, but... Isn't that just beautiful? John actually got called off of work. They can't keep the snow off of the pad that they're pouring, so that means he can't work. So he's on his way home. It's going to get dark in here for a minute. Maybe not. I fibbed. He is bringing home he's going to stop by Home Depot and grab some insulation. It's like a foam board, and we're going to cut it up in little pieces and put it in here, and then he's going to get some type of tape that will stick to metal, like freezing metal especially. It's going to be interesting to try to seal this up a little bit better. We were expecting snow. We should have prepared a little bit better for it, but with everything going on lately, it's just crazy around here. But yeah, there's that. I'm going to pause you for a second. I'll get all the feet around, and I'll show you the cutest thing that you'll see all day, I promise. And I'm back. I am taking my gloves off after I did the chicken feed, and we're going to do the goat kombucha. This stuff is working amazingly for us. I did my research on what I thought was needed for my goats. I wouldn't suggest this for just anybody. We have really high iron, so the girls they're not absorbing the psyllium in the copper like I would like. Ever since I've been doing this, they're nice and shiny. They have lots of fur on their tail, which was also a problem. Daisy was actually losing hair around her eyes, which is another, it could be a copper deficiency. I'm going to say that. Not always, but it could be. So what I do is I have 2 little totes. They're just plastic shoe boxes, super cheap. I have goats wanting to get in, so I have to be careful. But what I do for each bucket, I should say, is I do 2 handfuls. And my handfuls are equivalent to 1/8 of a cup. It just makes things easier. This is shredded beet pulp. You don't want to give them too much of this too fast because it actually absorbs in their stomach. People will usually say, I think I got shredded beet pulp in my lungs. People say that you should put water in with your beet pulp. I don't, because my goats literally go through like 4 or 5 gallons of water a day and monitor their water amount. So I know they're all right. And then I do 2 handfuls of black oil sunflower seeds. And that's really good for a lot of different things. If you're wondering what these are actually good for, please do your research. And the reason that I'm leaving it so open-ended is I don't want you to go and feed your goats thinking that they need these things. My girls are pregnant, so I feel like they needed just a little extra something. And they're all doing great. They might be a little bit chubby, which we're working on that. We used to do this every single day, and now we're down to doing it like 2 or maybe 3 times a week. And I really like to do it with like stressful changes. The fact that the winter came so early and so suddenly, and they're pregnant, I want to make sure that they're not stressing over that. So we do 1/8 of a cup of the shredded beet pulp, 1/8 of a cup of black oil sunflower seeds, 1/8 of a cup of it's kalmbach meat and milk pellets. They just love that. And then what I do is I take 1/8 of a cup. This would actually be cut in half. So if you're doing just 1 goat, it would be 1/16 of a cup. But for 2 goats, I do 1 ounce. So it'd be 1/2 ounce per goat. And I'll drizzle that over their feed. And then I will top dress it with organic kelp meal. I get this at my local grain store. It's really not that expensive. It's only $5.99 for 4 pounds, which I'm sure you can get it cheaper, but I like to help my local families out. And I will top dress that with about 1 ounce. And then normally I have minerals, but they have free range minerals over there, and they're going to town on that. So I don't want to overfeed them minerals. And I will give them this, and when they're done eating, I will dump the rest of it in. There's just a little like grainy sand, fine stuff. I'll dump it right in their minerals that we offer free choice. But watch these goats, you guys. Sorry, my phone slipped. This is the funniest thing ever. What do I have? They love this stuff. What do I have? Oh, it's chocolate cake for your belly. It's warm. And I tried to get Daisy and Louie to eat out of one bowl, and then Clark and Hazel to eat out of another, because Daisy is actually food aggressive. Here, girls. Nope. They're like, not today, Mom. Look, over here. Look, right here. Look at. Ooh, I almost got a horn. There. And then you gotta get Hazel over here with Clark. Daisy is not food aggressive with Louie. She doesn't try to headbutt her, but she will those two. I am not sure why. And that, if you're wondering what that mineral is, don't buy it. We usually use Mana Pro minerals, goat minerals. And my sweet, loving husband, when he went to, I actually sent him this last week to the feed store. And he picked up this great big huge bag, and it was only $10. And he's like, "Didn't I do good, babe?" I'm like, "Yeah, but next time don't buy that." You don't want to go with any kind of feed or mineral or anything for your goats if it's an all-purpose. All-purpose meaning if it's equestrian, if it's for sheep or pigs or anything like that. If it has all of the animals listed on the front, I wouldn't recommend feeding that to your goats. A lot of people would. But I've done my research, and for my goats, I don't like giving them that. So what we're going to do is with this paycheck, we're giving them that, and then with this paycheck, we're going to slowly put in, only because there's more mineral and benefits for the goats. I'm cold. Oh my gosh, it's so cold out here. There's more minerals and benefits for the goats with the Mana Pro. And of course, the chickens love it too. They love that kelp meal. And then their chicken feed for the babies we do in the winter. We'll do more, the starter feed. And then I'll mix in some black oil sunflower seeds, a little bit of kelp meal, and sometimes some cracked corn. And then of course for the layers, we'll do the layer feed. I haven't done my research on the roosters, which they're looking like they're getting too much protein. And I need to clean their coop. As you can tell, it's pretty dirty. But I hear my husband, and I feel like I filled you guys in to the best of my ability. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and you've learned something. And I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.